Hey, dear viewers. This is a fantastic detective drama. Xiao wonders if Ollie knows David's secret. Ollie pondered. The night talk was still stirring. Xiao noticed Ollie's worn sneakers. Ollie said he's not a full-time runner. Xiao called in Lu Mei, as if she were summoning an expert. Lu Mei spoke the truth, claiming to be a hacker, but she just wanted to contact her security team, not stay in a haunted hotel. The neighbor, furious about the hotel murder inquiry, wondered why people pried into his privacy. Xiao told Sister Lai about her confusing moves, but Lai didn't know Xiao was Bill's kid. She said she needed to cool off, like a character in a Netflix show, and hid in the bathroom. Xiao inadvertently discovered a wallet at the foot of the bed, which astonishingly contained Sister Li's fake passport, just like a scene from a detective novel. She hadn't had a chance to put it back when Sister Lai rushed out like a ghost in the mist. Old Joe asked what happened, and Sister Lai replied, "Nothing, just looking for my lost horse." Xiao had many questions, like hot pot chilies, eager to find out. Subtitles. Suddenly, there came a knock on the door from outside. The waiter delivered orchid snacks, which suddenly seemed incredibly delicious. Subtitles. Xiao only asked for a pack of cereal, completely unaware of what was going to unfold next. He felt Cyan might be in danger, her heart racing like a scared deer. Cyan felt terrible, struggling to breathe, like a contestant with inadequate lung capacity. Xiao chatted with Cyan while sipping water, busier than a ping-pong match. As she stepped into the bathroom, she once again began recounting her old stories involving Bill. Old Joe sat there listening, feeling like a mere bystander and not knowing how to interject into the conversation. Xiao mentioned the passport and credit card, and old Joe stared at her, as if to say, "Act now, be a sheep." After returning to her room, Xiao felt as if her heart had turned to ashes, the loneliness shadowing her like a persistent gloom. Suddenly, the sound of Lei Yi echoed, and she was startled, her heart racing like it was a surprise inspection. Xiao began to spill her heart about her past with Bill when suddenly the lamp on the table started flickering, as if it were giving off. A segment of Morse code appeared, like a mysterious letter, telling her to meet at 10 o'clock if she wanted to know the truth. Xiao hurriedly made her way to the pool on the top floor, forgetting to wear her outerwear like a young person rushing to a party. The hotel changed its generator, and old Mo turned off the heating to save power, making it feel like experiencing polar life. Subtitles. Xiao was shivering uncontrollably from the cold, and after a brief moment of hesitation, she surprisingly stripped off her top and dove into the heated pool with the bravery of a winter swimmer. The world seemed to pause, but moments later, the mask above her suddenly closed, as if drifting in a dream. Xiao heard David's voice, as if old Joe was holding back the danger, truly matching the rhythm of a suspenseful drama. She couldn't help but wonder, was Sister Li's Morse code too cryptic? Sister Lai sat by the bed inside. Everyone who knew the truth is dead except for David and Xiao. Sister Lai added, "Everyone who wants to know the truth is gone. How could this happen?" Old Joe loves Xiao, yet things are only getting more complex, like an ultra-challenging puzzle. She gradually understood that Xiao must die. It couldn't be taken lightly. Old Joe wanted to lock her up, making it a terrifying game of babysitting. Having tried escaping, but old Joe was like a hawk's gaze. No matter where she ran, he'd catch up. Yuohan was a hope for escape, having prepared a dinghy, truly a plan for sea renunciation. Xiao mind raced. Sister Lai was startled by the signal, both discussing future plans. Suddenly, the sound of a door being opened resounded outside, and a silhouette emerged on the wall. It was Ollie, the superhero, arriving to lend a hand. Xiao asked Ollie if he had a phone, as if opening a path to salvation. Ollie handed her his phone. She opened the video, puzzled, and said Bell's door opened 3 minutes ago, like a haunted house revelation. Sister Lai, having watched, said the video must have been tampered with, like a special technique by a director. This requires an enormous amount of time, causing Xiao to instantly think of missile-level abilities. Ollie opened the book, covered in bloodstains, which was precisely what Bill had seen. See a truly chilling discovery. Xiao flipped through it, curious as to why Bill wanted to read this book before dying, like a key reason for a turnaround. She found that Bill circled a word in blood, revealing the killer was actually a defective product. Sister Lai suspected that Bill might have been in the psyche of a hacker, a truly unexpected conjecture. There are at least 3 hackers in this room, plus Lu Mei, making it 4. It's like a detective competition. Ollie believed Lu Mei was the more likely suspect since Bill had previously criticized smart cities. Simply put, he stirred the pot. Sister Lai had more doubts about UR, as she controlled Ma Fei, like a character who time-traveled. Ollie thought there must be more than one killer, but before he could finish speaking, a sudden crash echoed at the door, sending chills down their spines. They saw Todd had taken David hostage, and old Joe gathered everyone to find a solution. Liofeng quickly asked if the man intended to kill to silence. Old Joe remarked, "The world knows this camp's a disaster." Lu Mei stood up and said to Old Joe that the robot doors are like a passage in her backyard, so she'll persuade David to let go.